Is this thing on? Okay, I think, yeah, the whole computer crashed. My internet went down. I had to restart the computer, which took about 5 minutes total. I think we're on now. You guys, can you see me? Can you hear me? I'll wait to make sure. Looks like I am. Okay. Sorry about that. That has never happened to me before. I was on here early, like 15 minutes early, and all of a sudden my screen kept going blank on like the StreamYard screen, just kept blanking out and coming back, blanking out and coming back, and then it went dark totally. So, hi Matt, hi Melanie. Okay, we're on. So because I'm already late, I want to start going ahead with all the things I want to talk about. I don't need this anymore because I'm not doing the phone. So let's get to it quickly. A few it would stink because this is the night I was excited about was Matt Melanie being with us, but we're going to try. So I'm going to play for you a video in the background as I talk about a couple of things that are going on in Lancaster in February. So hi, David and Angie. Hi, Matt Melanie. Hi, Jess and Doug and Daniel over there. Glad you guys are all here tonight. Hi, Mom and Dad. Hi, Jeff. Hi, David and maybe April. Making sure I missed anybody. Okay. All right. Let's pull this up and then there we go. So we're going to talk about Dieners first. So Dieners was closed for a little bit. They are opening on February 11th, back to the normal 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mondays through Saturdays. So that's happening this month. Glad Dieners is back in business almost, and they're almost done the winter break. So I'm going to show you that. Next thing I'll talk about is the Burnham Family Restaurant. So they were closed for a little bit in January, but they are back open. Actually, Dieners hours are not 7 to 7. That's Burnham hours. But Dieners is usually open. I think it's 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, but Friday. I think they close at 5 p.m. Friday, or maybe 6 p.m. Friday. You know what? I'll post it. You all can look that up. But I just wanted to let you know that they are reopening on February 11th. For that, I'm sure. But Burnham, I'm excited to talk about Burnham because they are doing something that I'm so glad they're doing again. They're bringing back menu dining. It is back now. I'm going to show you their menu here. I called today just to confirm this because they had not offered that since they reopened. And I'm so excited that they're now offering their menu dining because I love their food. I love their food, hot and fresh from the kitchen, smaller portions, a little cheaper. So this is very good news. I'm very excited about Burnham Restaurant now offering menu dining. It's only for lunch and dinner, so we're not going to have breakfast yet for menu dining, but there is still the breakfast buffet. The buffet is still going on all the time, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Tuesdays through Saturdays. Now there's also menu offerings. So you can order just a meal and sit down and have it brought to you and relax. So that is very good news. I'm very excited about that. Hi, Anton from Virginia. So I bet it's so cold there in Virginia. Myrtle Beach, how are you guys doing as far as weather is concerned, by the way? Today was really nice here. It's like 62. I'm very happy about that because it was freezing cold for a while. So that's the news on Burnham. I bet you guys are excited because I'm excited. And a lot of us like Burnham, but sometimes I still want to have a buffet. I'm getting too old for buffets, I'm realizing, honestly. Okay, let's skip ahead to Hershey Farm. So Hershey Farm is still having limited hours for their Okay, we're back. I'm just sorry. I have no idea what's going on. I'm on my own tonight, of course, so that doesn't help. For Maggie. Maggie's here. Maggie, come here. Come here, Maggie. Some people like to say hi to you. Let's see if I can. Maggie, there she is. She's a good girl, yes. Okay. All right, I'm done. Some of you like Maggie, so I had to show her. Hopefully she won't bark too much. But so Hershey Farm is still doing their limited hours, but they will reopen for normal business hours, I believe, March 18th. Yeah, March 18th, they'll be back to every day but Mondays. So almost done. A few more announcements so we can give Matt and Melanie their time to be on here. And that's the star of the show tonight, is talking to them. So very excited. Yes, David. Maggie, David and Angie said hi. Okay, so this next thing I want to talk to you about real quickly, just like maybe 5 minutes, this is the Sweetie Pie Tour. So the Sweetie Pie Tour is offered by the Amish Farm and House. It is a tour where you go to 3 Amish farms, and sorry, you can hear the nails, can't you? And you get to sample 2 slices of pie. No, you get to sample pie and take 2 slices home per farm you're visiting. So we're talking 3 farms, that's 6 slices of pie you get to take with you per person, per ticket. And you get to sample the pies and visit with an Amish family, actually 3 Amish families. So that's very cool. This would be a fun tour to do with your sweetie pie. I think it's really cool. You get to go visit some Amish farms and taste some really great homemade pies. So that's a fun thing. Yes, Maggie is the star of the show. You're right about that. Oh my goodness. She had a ball in the snow last week, by the way. She loved it so much. It was so cute. Okay, next thing that's coming in February, a pretty big deal is, and you can look up the Amish Farm and House and find the more details about that Sweetie Pie Tour. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but there are some sample itineraries here and what's included. So it is really like a 3-hour time for the tour. Plus you get entrance into the farm. So you're talking 5 hours. It's a pretty good deal for all that time, I think. Dave, I knew you'd like it. I know you like your pie. Okay, so now let's talk about the Lidditz Fire and Ice Festival. This is February 13th through February 22nd. This is pretty much a free event. They did have one thing that cost money. It was the Coolest Night Out, which was the first night, but that sold out. It was kind of like a concert, like at a bar kind of thing. But everything else here is free, and it's really cool. The main attraction are the ice sculptures that are all around town. You get to walk around and see the ice sculptures. That's a really big, the main part of it. They also have shows on the weekends at the stage at Lidditz Springs Park. There's a girl who does like fire shows, and she just like right there she is. And they also have like a scavenger hunt for the kids. They have like some crafts you can do. So I would definitely look up the website and find out that. I think it's lidditzpa.com/events, and you'll find out more information about that. So that's going to be really cool to do. If you can go to Lidditz and partake in this, I think it'd be really fun to do. I just think that's a neat festival. They have a warming tent too, in case you get too cold. She's back. Maggie. There she is. Okay. One more thing, because I'm trying to speed through this a bit, so you can talk to Matt and Melanie. But and Matt and Melanie, you probably could just click on that button a while so I can invite you in. So last thing I want to talk about, if you have not ever done this, I tell you this every year, is to go to, I'm going to come back to that in a minute. Go to a mud sale. So the first mud sale of the season is in Strasburg, and it is February 27th to 28th. And this is like a place you can go to be literally surrounded by Amish. I would say 90%, 80 to 90% of people who are at these mud sales are Amish. They're raising money for the fire companies, but they're also selling goods to each other. There's probably like 5 to 7 auctions going on at the same time. It's pretty wild, and it's really quite a sight to behold. If you've never been to one, I highly suggest going to at least one. This is the first one of the season, but they have other ones like from here until June, a lot of the Saturdays of the month. I'm just laughing at Maggie because she keeps coming back in. So yes, this is a thing that I suggest everybody do at least once if you love Lancaster, because it's a very unique offering that you can't get anywhere else, honestly. I see you, Matt Melanie. I'll get you in a second. Good job. So yeah, mud sale, Lidditz Fire and Ice, Sweetie Pie Tour. And one thing I want to back up and show you actually real quick is part of the events at Lidditz Fire Ice was probably my favorite thing I saw there was this thing called the ice cream. It's kind of like an ice cream. Here we go. Festival. So you buy like a ticket and you get a slot, and you come in and try all these different samples. They show you here who's involved as far as which creameries, and they're all local, come to this to let you sample their ice cream. So this is on Valentine's Day. So if you want something sweet to do on Valentine's Day, you can actually do both this and the Sweetie Pie tour if you play your cards right. But they have sampling of all the different kinds of ice cream, and here's where it's located, right up from the Springs Park, just north of that, down that little street. So that's where you can get your ice cream samples during the Lidditz Fire and Ice Festival. So I think that's a cool addition to their entertainment, is this ice cream sampling day, Valentine's Day. So make sure you check out the website, look at all that. All right, that's enough. You can find out pretty much everything I talked to you about on discoverlancaster.com. You can look at the lidditzpa.com/events. Okay, good grief. I think I'm back. I'll wait a few minutes. I'm going to try to bring in Matt Melanie a while. And I see you.
Hello,
Matt Melanie.
Hi.
Okay, let me make sure. So hopefully we don't get cut off. Thank you guys for being here tonight.
Oh, it's our pleasure. We really
Happy
enjoy
to
it.
be here. Yeah, so excited. Thank you for having us.
Well, yeah, I'm just thrilled that you're here and trying to figure out a way to put you on here that's more of you and less of me, but I don't know if I can find it. Hang on, I can't. We're
Yeah,
gonna do
that
it
looks
this way.
good.
This
Okay.
will work.
Yeah, this is great.
Okay, let's hope that we keep the connection. That's crazy. I've never had this much trouble before, so I don't know what's going on. But I'm glad you're here. So how was your day today?
Really good. Yeah,
it?
we are in the thick of rehearsals
Yeah.
and setting up everything for what's coming up here in a little more than a month and a half.
Yes, it's very soon. Very soon.
Yeah. How about
Okay,
you? How was
so-
your day?
Oh, it was pretty good. Yeah, I was pretty calm. Went out to the YMCA, came back, and just got a Walmart order and typical stuff. Made lunch, and Dan's out and meeting at church, so he's not here. So it's just me with all you.
You said it was in the 60s there now?
Yeah, it was 62 today.
Wow.
It was really nice. I know it was so cold last week, so I'm very happy that we're past that. Dan's not happy. He loves the winter, mainly because it gets so hot here in the summer. He feels like the longer the winter is, the less of the summer we have. I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, it's been in the 20s all week here. So
I just can't believe how cold it is there. Like, I feel like you guys are not catching a break. Oh,
yeah.
So how much longer till it's above freezing, you think?
In the foreseeable future, I think the highest temperature was 33. So probably not
crazy.
for a while. Yeah.
Oh man. At least you're rehearsing inside, right?
Right.
So for those of you who have not seen Matt and Melanie in my previous video, this is Matt and Melanie, and they're wonderful people that kind of became part of this channel. Like last year, they used to live in Lancaster as Sight and Sound employees 20 years ago. They moved away. They came back last year, I guess, end of 2024. And then they've been working for Sight and Sound ever since. So we're excited they're here to talk to us about it. If you have any questions, leave them in the chat so they can answer them. But while I'm waiting for questions, we'll ask them some more questions. But making sure. Hi, Bill. Hi, Bill. Hi. Who else said hi to me? Nikki. Thank you, Nikki and Bill, for being here. So my mom and dad say hi. That's my mom there, the Deb Schoberg one.
Hi, Mom. Nice to see you.
We got to meet Daniel's family before at Sight and Sound. It was fun. So hello.
Yeah. And then the one guy that was with me, Jeff, he's there with them just visiting them today. So he's there too. Okay, so maybe we'll start out with talking about like a typical day for you arrive at Sight and Sound, like what's the first thing you do? And then, just kind of like a typical day of how this to rehearse and how this to work for Sight and Sound.
Yeah. So we started in rehearsals for Joshua, the upcoming show. So right now the rehearsal process is pretty heavy. So it's 6 days a week of availability, and it's not, you're not called every single hour of every day. It depends on the scene, depends on who's in the scene, whatever, it
Okay.
goes like that. But you know, anywhere from like 9 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night, somewhere in there, kind of every day. They thankfully, you know, I mean, we get to be with our families and things in the evening.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a lot of bits of rehearsal all going on, and
Okay.
we've been doing it for 3.5 weeks now, and it's starting to coalesce into a show.
Okay.
We're getting closer to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, do you guys start at the beginning of the show and just work your way through it, or is there like certain things they emphasize first?
There's so many elements to a Sight and Sound show that are beyond just being on the stage.
Mhm.
We have animals.
Mhm.
All the costumes are made in house. We have the giant set pieces and things that you'll have to come see to be able to experience that we can't give away yet. But a lot of those things are taking place at the same time.
Yeah.
So our typical rehearsals are like letting other people have the stage because they need it too, and then
Okay.
sometimes we get the stage and we're rehearsing at different places
Okay.
at different times. And I have a costume fitting tomorrow.
No.
So
Can you give us any clues about your costume? Can you tell us anything about it?
they will not be modern. I don't other than that. Yeah, don't really have anything.
Big secret is Bible times.
Yes. I'm very excited about it. So, Melanie, what about you? How was your day today? Can you give us like a typical day of what your job was like
Yes.
there?
So I'm in guest relations or customer relations. And so all of us show up. I'm in the department that basically answers the phone calls that come in. And so we come in, we have a short basically meeting where we can have a little mini devotional, just kind of come together as a team, sort of dedicate the day to the Lord, and then pray, and then get started, get right on the phones.
Nice.
And selling tickets to see Joshua and to see David and Branson.
Okay.
And any
so
other kind of phone calls. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I know you did both theater locations. Oh, okay.
Yes. We have, our team is one team that's split into 2 locations. So if you call in, you might get someone in Branson, you might get someone here, but it might be the only department at Sight and Sound that's basically one spread over the 2 theaters. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, you cut out for a second, but I caught what you said.
Yeah,
so you take care of
the
both.
one. Yeah, the one department is kind of spread over the 2 theaters. So
okay.
So yeah.
So how often? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's it. That's all.
Okay, I was just wondering, like, how often is the phone call about like buying tickets? Like, because most people buy tickets online, I would assume, but
yeah,
do people
a lot
still call in for like group sales, or because they don't?
Yes.
Okay.
We do a lot of group sales, and if you do, which we do get a lot of these as well, if your groups are essentially 15 people and up, and then there's like a group rate. But the groups that you can order online, but a lot of groups will have a lot of different specificities that they kind of have to work through with us over the phone. And any groups 50 or more for sure have to call in. So most of the time they do. We work with group leaders who've done it over the years.
Okay.
And so there's just a lot of logistics. Sight and Sound is really good at all of the logistics from the moment they call in through when the guests are leaving, because a lot of times they come in these big buses, and so traffic is involved, getting all the tickets handed out to all the individuals within a group, getting them seated in this, so there's a cohesiveness that has to happen throughout. We're putting notes in the computer that the ushers will see later, that the traffic team will see later. So there's all of that going on as well. So
yeah. Okay. Usually I see a lot of tour buses when I'm there, but are they usually heavier on the weekends, or they come during the week too?
Yes. Would you believe that Joshua on Saturdays essentially is almost sold out till about November? The 11 a.m. and the 3 p.m. show on Saturday is essentially almost completely sold out until, I want to say, November, because those bus groups, they grab those Saturday mornings and those afternoons early on. And we announced Joshua, and tickets went on sale May of 25.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
So they try to, and we're going to try to announce next year around the same time. So
Oh,
you have to
okay.
keep your eyes open for that around May. I'm not sure exactly
Okay.
when,
That's
but it's
good info.
earlier than some people think, because I've gotten calls where people thought they just went on sale.
Right.
New year, new show. And when they wanted to come, we were essentially sold out, and they're like shocked. Oh, I thought it was one of the first ones. And we're like,
Yes.
actually, it's been on sale since last May. So
Yeah, I didn't realize I thought it was like August or fall for some reason. And so I'm behind the times in that. So that's very good information. Thank you for telling
Yeah.
us. That is
yeah,
great.
it's
I was
earlier
looking
than
at-
you'd think.
Yeah, you're right. I was looking at the schedule to see just like how far out because I was curious about that.
Yeah.
About how far out the shows were sold out. And like you said, it was like
Yeah, especially Saturdays. I don't know if it froze.
in November. I'm like, oh my goodness. It's a popular place. Popular place.
It is.
Okay, you're frozen. There you go. Okay. Let me see what else I want to ask you here. Let me see if any questions. Okay. They're looking at snow. Oh, Bill says the Strawberry Railroad. Yes, the Strawberry Railroad does show you like a live stream like all the time. That is really cool about Strasburg.
We
Yes,
watched
Bill, I
that
will
live
get- Oh, you
stream
did?
a lot. Yeah, when we were still in
Oh.
North Carolina a year ago before we moved here, we were always watching the Strasburg Railroad live
It is
stream.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it right there. It's pretty cool.
We went back and
Okay.
forth between El Living and Strasburg Railroad.
That's
wonderful.
very nice. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. So let me think about how about for those who didn't watch the last video, can you briefly tell us about like the creation of a show? I know it's very collaborative, like you said, but I was surprised to hear how long it takes in general. So maybe just like a brief summary of the making of a show. That'd be interesting, I think, to hear.
Yeah, so it is a several year process. I think it's about 4 years in the making of a new show. A little bit less when you're bringing back a show, but something like Joshua, which is coming up brand new, they started several years ago, and it's a little bit different than like a lot of shows. They'll make the show and then find a theater to put it in. But since we have the theater, it's sort of a different order of events. Like they know what the stage looks like, so they can already start designing the sets before the script is written, or they want to have specific moments in specific places, and they know the capabilities. They know what the shop can build. So it's like that. We have a team of in-house writers. And then they have in-house and external music writers, producers. So it's a combination. I think as far as I know, I think there are 5 different people that collaborated on the music for this show. Most of them in-house, and a guy who's one of the guys who's part of this writing crew also wrote David. So both shows going on at the same time, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah, so that'll be really great. So that happens. The producer who's in-house kind of oversees all of that, gets together with the director and the writers and starts to shape the show. And they've, when we got here, we came back at the beginning of last year. Most of the set was already being built a year in advance. Most of the costumes were already done a year in advance. The concepts behind them. Obviously, they have to wait till they cast the people to cut them the right size. But it's a multi-year process. We recorded part of the cast album, which will come out sure right around the same time the show opens. I don't know of a date on that, but we recorded that in the fall to be ready for what's coming in the spring. So so it's a lot of fun.
I'll tell you, my youngest son, when we saw David, I guess it was 2 years ago, David was in Lancaster or last.
It was 23.
Okay.
22?
Moses was 23.
Oh,
wow.
yeah, 22.
I think it might have been
It's been a while.
22 already.
Oh, wow.
Then it was Moses, then it was Daniel.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay. Yes,
It
Daniel
was
the
David
one-
and Branson last year.
Oh, David was in Branson last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But whenever I saw David in Lancaster with my family, my youngest son, like loved those songs. He would like download them and we played them on the way to school and sing along for like months after. It was
very
so
popular music.
Yeah. Yes, I love the music. I think it's amazing. The music, I mean, everything's amazing, but the music is just spectacular. Especially some of the songs that really hit towards like redemption and God's love and all that stuff. It's just amazing.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
always love the music, and yeah, Daniel was the one I hadn't seen because that was the year my sweet husband had his heart attack. So we were supposed to go that October,
Yes.
and then we had to cancel. I called someone just like you. I was like, so here's the deal. We can't come in 2 weeks. Can you? And they were so sweet. They actually gave us a refund, which is not like their policy, but they were very nice about it because we couldn't, really help it. So
Yeah.
that was very nice of them. But that's the one I missed. So maybe someday I'll
Yeah.
see Daniel because I hadn't seen that one yet. But so tell us about maybe can you tell us about your character at all, Matt? Like how many songs you have to sing, or like how many pages of lines you have to memorize.
So they go, which one of the great things about Sight and Sound is we do 11 shows a week. Broadway does 8.
Oh, wow.
So this is significantly more per day, and then the runs are a full year long. So we have for Noah last year we had 430 shows. So I think Josh was right around the same amount. I don't know if you know how many.
Gracious.
So they build in not just the person who's playing the role, but they go down, depending on the size of the role, up to 4 total people learning those lines.
Oh, okay.
So they have like the lead, and then the understudy, and the backup, and the emergency backup, and they get rotations for all of those. So typically what people do is learn multiple characters and bits of things. So I'm in the mix as of right now for three different characters. My primary things are just a few lines here and there, and then I'll play the chief complainer, the embodiment of the complaining Israelites when they're wandering through the wilderness.
I see.
So it's you can actually find the name in the Bible, Nashon or Nashon, they call him, who's the
You're coming back. There you go.
chief of the
You're
tribe
back
of
now.
Judah.
Sorry, you froze for a second. You're back.
No, so
Okay.
so the chief complainer's name is Nashon, and
Nashon,
so that's one of the roles I'm in the mix for. I'm not the primary, but one of the guys that played Noah will be. So just in case you're looking for that.
It's funny when we had that time with you and did the tour, then watched you act. I was like, man, I couldn't believe how mean you were on the stage because you're so nice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
it's good acting.
I did Melek.
Oh my goodness.
You're very grumpy.
Yes. Melek was grumpy. It was kind of hard for me to watch him do Melek. I was like, he's nicer than that in real life.
I know. Like it was impressive. So we do have a question on here from Anton. He asked, how many people are involved in making the costumes? And maybe I'll add to that, like how long does it take usually?
That's a fantastic question. There is an entire department under one of the warehouses where there are probably, I haven't seen everybody at every sewing machine, but there are probably 30 sewing machines down there. So I know there's a chief costume designer and an assistant designer that are kind of over the whole thing. But then the people who are actually doing the fabrication is probably at least a dozen, maybe more.
Wow.
And then in addition to that, we have people who are doing wardrobe, which is up in the house, and they do like repairs during the year. And so they're involved in the costume team as well. And wigs. We make all the wigs in-house. So yeah, there are 20, 30 people probably involved in that process.
Yeah, there's hundreds. I would say hundreds of costumes.
Oh, yeah.
So, and
yeah, each person may have, depending on the size of the show. This one, I think, between 5 and 7, maybe up to 10 costumes per person, and we have almost 60 people in the show.
I remember you saying this was ensemble heavy this show, so probably more people maybe than that's amazing.
And I don't know if you mentioned this a minute ago, but they will start conceiving a show 4 years early.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure like for a new show, like Josh was brand new. As soon as they start to conceive it and get kind of the ball rolling 4 years before, they're going to start bringing in those departments into the conversation so that the costume designers can start conceptualizing and things like that. So kind of also to answer that question, it could start years before even just designing the parts, and then the costume parts, and then designing the pieces. And a group of us took a tour down into the wardrobe, the costume department not too long ago. And it's huge. It's a whole floor, like he said, underneath.
That would be cool
and
to see.
just, Yeah, lots and lots of staff making lots and lots of costumes.
Yeah, that's a good question. I never really thought about that before, but I
Yeah.
imagine more than a year, about probably a couple of years to get it all together.
Yeah. Frozen for a second, but we'll be back.
Now, so give me a second. Okay, there we go. You're back.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Do you ever get tired of the show?
No, that's a funny question. By the end of the run, you're ready to move on to the next show.
I imagine.
I'm sure, like anything, you could get tired of it, but if you keep the perspective of, like, I've worked in a restaurant, I've worked as a delivery driver, playing dress up and singing to God is a much more fun job. So it's really, it's one of the best jobs you can ask
Yes.
for. So in that sense, I like, as long as you keep the right perspective, you'll never get tired of it.
Yeah.
If you let that slip, you can get tired of anything.
Yeah. Good answer.
And you know when the show's going to be over, so you can kind of pace yourself in that regard. I think y'all do a really good job of that as well, because I know the heart of the staff and the actors is every group that comes in to see it, it's their first time, even if it's their 300th time doing it.
Yeah.
And their heart is like, let's do it fresh for the new group of people coming in. So just kind of have to mentally keep it that way.
Right. If you do everything as unto the Lord, if you give your best every time, give what you got. There's like a reward for that, not just like in heaven, but that feeling of I gave everything I had.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
I will say that first show on Saturday mornings, typically with all the bus groups, like, you've been doing it all week, you're a little bit tired because it's morning, and that crowd is
Energetic.
Yeah, energetic is probably
really?
the best word. So it gives you a boost.
Yeah.
And so it's helpful.
So yeah, I guess I never thought about that. I was at a show one time where this lady next to me was like, she was like so into it. And is there, I guess that does happen. I never think, most time it's quiet, but maybe there's some people who are like really into it. And
Right. I think if you come see Joshua, you're going to get a lot more of that than in other shows.
Okay.
So it's more of a participatory, exciting thing. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
When the audience is energetic and excited, it feeds them on stage, and then it just kind of starts going back and forth.
Okay, that's good to know, because I always feel like I'm supposed to be really quiet, but maybe I won't be.
Be loud. Be as loud as you possibly can.
It's fun.
That's good to know. That's good to know. So I'm gonna check Jess. Wena's World asked, what was your favorite character or show you played in? So why don't you tell us about that, both of you?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah, it's been years since I've been in shows. I was in shows there 20 years ago. And one of my favorite things to do was, I had studied dancing growing up, so was to be in like some of the main dance groups. That was always my love, and so that was one of my favorite things to do. Pretty much probably was my favorite part of all of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so last year I got to play Methuselah, which was Noah's grandfather, and Melech, which was Noah's brother. And I loved, like, I was in those mixes, so I loved the juxtaposition, because Methuselah is just kind and fun, and Melech is, not those things. So you could go back and forth. So I actually enjoyed Melech a little bit more, because there was a little, you had a little bit more emotion you could play with.
Okay.
But both of them were a lot of fun.
Well, that's cool. Very nice. So I was wondering, would you say each week is what, 11 shows a week, or how many would you typically be in? Like, did they try to keep it like 4 per character, or is it like they give you rest day, or how's that work?
Yeah, so depending on the size of the role, some people will do all 11 every show, every week for the whole run.
Most people.
If you're ensemble, if you're some of the named but smaller roles, it'll be that way. They don't have the rotation, but if they get bigger, like all of Noah's family, so Joshua and his family, Moses is in this, Rahab is in this.
Okay.
They'll be built in. So if you have a lot of singing or fighting or horse riding, those are 3 like built-in
Okay.
rotations. And so the primaries will do 6 or 7 shows a week, and then the understudies maybe do 2 or 3. It's usually, I think it's 7, 3, and then like the backup gets 1 or 2 a week, and the emergency backup gets 1 every other week.
Okay.
So everybody gets to stay fresh.
That's good.
And if you need someone to go in for you, they don't like penalize you or anything. They're
Okay.
Supportive the whole time.
Okay.
But like when the understudy goes in those few days a week, they're also going in for all those other shows.
Right. Yeah.
If
So
they're not.
yeah, they have
being
like
the understudy.
Joshua's a pattern, but then there's another pattern called Off Joshua, and so that's just an ensemble in the background.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be any lines, but it's when Joshua is not playing Joshua, he doesn't get the show off. He just gets another position.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they will work in shows off just to keep people healthy.
Okay.
Which
I was wondering about
it's
that.
great. They work so hard at keeping people healthy.
That's good.
They have like an in-house physical therapist, and they have
wow.
in-house. This year they're bringing in-house vocal health people.
Okay.
Too. So yeah, it's great.
Oh, that's
They're really
good.
trying
That's
to keep
good
the
to know.
machine well oiled.
Well, yeah, that's a lot of work. So
Yeah.
that's really good to hear. It's really good to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe also have any questions. I do want to talk. If you still have questions.
We froze for a second. We'll see. We'll
Texted
come
me,
back.
said that. Okay, now I'm back. Okay, so what kind of places do you love? Like, do you have certain places you go to eat, or do you usually eat at home, or like what have you been doing in Lancaster that you've been really excited to be able to do again after not being there for so long?
Yeah. So you want to say something?
I love, this is not food related, but I love being around the Amish and all of the farmland and driving where all the horse and buggies are. It's just the greatest thing ever. And right now it's a winter wonderland because the snow can't melt in this weather. But in addition to that, there are some fun. I know. I guess the question was mostly about
Food related. Yeah. It
which we
froze for a
also
second.
really enjoy.
Yeah. So we've been racking our brains a little bit when it comes to like Amish specific or like Lancaster style food specific and other things as well. So we have quite a few winners here.
Oh, good.
So I will say Hershey Farm, I know you talked about that earlier. Hershey Farm, we went, we had a cast Christmas party there. And
Oh, did you really?
It was great. Yeah. That was
That's cool.
the new design, I don't really recall what it looked like before because we've been gone for a long time. But the new design is great. It's wide open and bright and fun. And then they also have a place called Cafe 23, which is at Hershey Farm, which is like lighter fare, but they've had like good paninis and things like that too.
Yeah.
So both of those are nice.
Yeah. Do you ever like get lunch delivered from them, like for the cast because it's right next door?
We could,
It's a good idea.
Sight and Sound has over the summer they'll just show up one day with food trucks. I mean, they have it planned, but they'll bring in food trucks and like feed the whole company.
Nice.
So it's really cool. So you get some local things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We love Speckled Hen in Strasburg. It is breakfast and lunch. They have great breakfast, really good coffee concepts there. Say anything you want to.
Yeah.
There's a new place, brand new place called Witness Coffee. It's WITT ness, like witness, but with 2 T's. The owner's last name is Witt with 2 T's.
Okay.
I don't know that they have a website, but they're on Instagram and probably Facebook. They're right on the main corner in Strasburg.
Okay.
So there is the Creamery, which is incredible.
Yes.
And Witness Coffee is like directly across the street from them.
Oh, really? Okay. That's
so
cool.
they're great, and it's Coffee Creations. They're still working on their fairs, like the actual food they're going to serve, but they're starting to grow into that. So by the time spring rolls around, they should have some more options there.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
love
really
this.
cool.
I love getting to download a new place. So that's
Yeah. They just opened
cool. That's
the
cool to
beginning of
know.
January.
Okay. Okay. What about like, I know I agree with you. I love driving around, just being in Amish country is so fun. But do you have like other places besides food that you enjoy doing, or like a certain place you like to shop, certain market you like to do you go to the markets, like the big markets or the small markets, or just the stores?
Yeah, we haven't done this yet, but it's on our list to go to like the Lancaster
Central?
Central Market,
Yeah.
which we used to do a few times because they only open a few days a week. But it's
Mhm.
really cool, and they have like, I think there's Amish booths in there too.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so we haven't had a chance because the hours are kind of wonky with like our work schedules.
True.
But that's a
True.
really fun place if we can get down there. And then we just shop at normal. There's a
Yeah.
really great Amish store right down the road, like literally almost on the other side of Hershey Farm, which so 5 seconds from Sight and Sound. That is called Woodland, and it is an
Really?
Amish grocery store. The sign is like a normal size sign on the road, but it's in a little bit of a like there's a cabinet or a counter making place right in the same little building.
Just a little
Oh,
strip.
You
really?
could it's like a strip mall, but just like two places in it, or two or three. So you could miss it, and then the sign, the word Woodland is kind of small.
Huh.
But that's really fun because we can get like local produce and local
Yeah.
like Amish eggs and stuff like that.
And stews. They have stews.
And they have stews.
For whatever reason.
It's really neat. So they have some of that kind of
Yeah.
stuff too, but like dry goods, bulk
Huh.
dry goods and things like that.
I've not heard of that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been there, but it would be easy to miss on your drive by because it's not, the sign's not really big.
What's the other produce stand?
It's like a Strasbourg marketplace
Laps.
there or something. What would you say? Sorry.
What was that?
No, you good. What? I'm sorry. What did you say?
It's Strasbourg Marketplace. Is that like also?
Strasbourg
Oh, yes.
Marketplace. Yeah, it's a grocery store. They have some bulk
Yeah.
things there, and then there's a coffee shop inside it called Latte Love.
That's really
which
good
is good
too.
as well.
Okay.
You can
Nice.
tell which direction the Sight and Sounders live because you'll show up with Latte Love or Witness Coffee, depending on where you
That's
come
funny. That's funny.
Yeah. Strasbourg Market's really great. It's a convenient little
Okay.
grocery store right there.
Yes.
And we've done some of the antique shopping around here too. We have some
Okay.
furniture from that we got locally.
Yeah.
Strasbourg has at least 3 antique stores that I know of, and so that's a lot of fun.
A few of them are giant.
Yeah.
Like loads of things. You could almost walk to it from like the town of Strasbourg.
Nice.
And then we love like the railroad. We'll see if we paused there. I think we froze.
Did we freeze?
Okay. I think we're back.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we love Strasbourg Railroad. So that's just right around the corner. We keep saying Strasbourg because that's our neck of the woods. So
Yes.
it's a lot of fun there. But we get out. We're trying to venture more into the city of Lancaster itself. It's fun. But the Amish fields, Amish areas are just our favorite thing. So we kind of stay in.
Yeah.
Try to stay rural.
Yes, I agree. I do get a lot of notifications, like whatever, Facebook, or just when I check out Discover. There's a lot going on in the city of Lancaster. I would say even more than there was like 5 years ago. There seems to be a lot they're offering and promoting, and a lot of different trails you can do, like coffee trails or.
Yes, yeah, that's a new thing.
Yeah. So there's a lot of fun things in the city and country.
There's a lot of theater here too.
Well, that's true.
Not just Sight and Sound. There's a lot. So we try to do some of the other local theaters
nice.
too and go to some of the shows.
Yeah, Bird in Hand has its own theater, and
Yeah.
they're
I've been there. Yes.
they're just delightfully fun, like Amish kind of stories. Yeah, we just enjoyed.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's fun.
Nice. Well, these are all wonderful things. Sounds like you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though you're busy.
Loving being back.
Yay. I'm glad. Well, it's almost been an hour since I started, so I don't want to hold you up anymore. But anything else you want to share, or anybody else have questions? I think that I got all the questions. So,
I think
yeah.
We really appreciate you having us on.
Yeah, this
It's
is
fun.
Thank
great
you.
fun.
It was just
Yeah.
fun to hear what you had to say. I love hearing about your life and just need to see how God put you back in there for a reason. I think it's
Yeah.
really
Amen.
cool.
Yeah, really cool. When you look back, 2020, of course, hindsight's always 2020. It's really cool to see the path.
Yep, that is very true. That's very
Full
true.
circle.
Yeah, very cool. Well, thank you
So I
so
don't-
much for being here. Go ahead.
Yeah,
You did, Jill. And thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Yes, thank you everybody for the questions and everything.
Yeah. Okay, well, you guys have a good night, and thank you guys all for being here. And you can always leave comments on the video itself, and we can always talk about them later. But okay, I guess that's it. We'll just say goodbye and
Bye.
farewell.
Bye.
One of my favorite things is sound of music, so I kind of holding back from saying so long.
So long, farewell.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Very nice, very nice. We'll end with that. Okay, thank you guys. Have a
Bye.
good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, thanks again, you guys. Have a good night and hope you stay warm out there. We'll talk to you soon and get back with you soon.